And let's not forget, the Russians. I mean, they want to make it out as if Trump is in bed with the Russians, but it's always been the Democrats that were protective of the old Soviet Union.
Guess who gave the Russians all the uranium that they have right now?
Hillary Clinton.
That'd be Hillary Clinton.
That's right.
Gave all of our plutonium away.
Yeah. And let's don't forget also that Bill Clinton, he cleaned out Utah of the low sulfur coal.
I heard.
So,
I shouldn't go there. Keep talking. I'll think twice if I want to go there or not.
But the thing is that this is a collusion between the Democrats and the Republicans that got us into the position we are in today with this health care thing, and we can't get rid of Obamacare. Obamacare is going to be with us for a long time.
I got to say this about the Clintons in Russia. Mm-hmm. Now, what I'm going to say, I have to specify out there that this is just rumor. There has been no collaborating evidence of this. Mm-hmm. But I heard Bill Clinton tried to order a mail order intern from Russia. just heard that rumor.
Yeah. Well, but he was what they call it, Treasure Island or something like that. I mean, this guy.
A lot of interns on that island.
Yeah. This guy was a piece of work, And Hillary, she ran cover for him on all of that.
Yeah. You can't tell me that they have any sort of a regular marriage. I don't see it.
Well, all the time that they went to Chappaqua, they had supposedly this one woman, they call it an energizing bunny or something, and everybody knew about it. So Hillary
and how many times where Hillary tried to get these people that had sex with Bill, or Bill forced them into sex, where Hillary got involved to tell them to back off, to tell the girl to back off.
And threaten them.
Yeah. Boy, we went a long way from Obamacare to Bill's affairs.
Well, the reason is, I mean, the thing that I would like to know is, okay, they said that they want to investigate the election. So how do you investigate an election and you only investigate one side of a two-party system?
Right.
I mean.
Well, it's a red herring. You know it.
So if there, what I'm saying is, if there was collusion between the Russians and they don't know who did it, how are you going to find out if you only investigate one side?
This is why I generally never bring up the conversation of Russia anymore. All right, and this is going to be it. I see this as a red herring that the Democrats are throwing out there, because as long as they have you and I talking about Russia and how silly this investigation is, how stupid this investigation is, we're not sitting back pointing out the fact that the Democrats don't have a plan at all. Yeah. That they really don't know how to deal with the loss that they just had, because they don't know how to sit there and say that, hey, the average American wants something different.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to cope with that. So instead, they throw out this red herring. They get us talking about that instead of talking about the fact that, hey, one of our two parties has nothing to offer us.
Right. Well, then
at this point.
And that's one of the things that I say. If you are unhappy with the healthcare system, which is it's 1/6 of the economy, it's a big deal. And we're trying to repeal this thing, and we can't get it done because we got people that are in the Republican Party that are obstructing even the mildest attempts to get rid of this stuff. Yeah. So you have to ask yourself why. Well, when people are throwing around that kind of money that Billy Tozan threw around, there's no way that you can get rid of it.
Nope.
And so what
they're slowly working in their
what they do to get rid of it is going to be single payer. Now, single payer, once that's in, there is absolutely no way you're going to get rid of it.
Folks, I understand the allure of single payer insurance.
I can't.
No, I can understand the allure, because anytime you tell somebody they're going to get something free, they love it. All right, the government's going to give you something free. I can understand. I can understand the allure. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
I can understand the allure to this, but I am talking to somebody. My father, when we were just kids, moved us to Canada.
Yeah.
And before Canada had their big single-payer system, one province had it, Ontario, and it was called Ontario Hospitalization Insurance Plan, OHIP. And that is what the whole Canadian plan is based on, is the OHIP plan that we were under. And for having the sniffles and the cold and that stuff, it was okay. You needed something major, forget about it.
Yeah.
That, I don't know if everyone out there remembers, I'm sure you do remember, that people were coming over from Canada paying out of their own pocket to get treatment over here because they couldn't get the free treatment in Canada. And, I mean, life-saving stuff that would take... you need open heart surgery. Yeah, we got a heart for you, but we don't have a surgeon for you.
That's right.
You know,
so, or we don't have the equipment to you know, and stuff like that. And Canada only had less than 40 million people at that time. They were what, about 36 million people?
Now I tell this story, and this is my own personal grudge against single payer system. My family lived there under the single-payer system of OHIP. My dad had a third heart attack. He walked into the emergency room. They told him that because of his age, because of his weight, and because this was his third heart attack, that under no circumstances would he be resuscitated.
Three strikes and you're out.
3 strikes. Heart attack. Man. They sent him home. He had a heart attack. They were not going to resuscitate him. So do you want to die at the hospital or die at home? He went home to die.
That's incredible.
So yeah, you asked me if my experience with single payer. That is my personal experience. It doesn't account for everybody's experience. But I can tell you, I got relatives over there that absolutely love it because it pays for the sniffles, it pays for the cough, it pays for if they want to get a work notice because they want to play hooky, they can go to a doctor and say, I don't feel good. But right now, the list of medications that you can't get in Ontario or in Canada is longer than the ones that you can get under prescription that OHIP will pay for it. It's becoming a bankrupt system. And they're still behind. You have to go in there for an upper GI or a test like that. You're six months to a year out on a test like that. Wow. That's the problem when you have free insurance. Guess what happens when you have free insurance? Everyone, for any reason, runs to the doctor and occupies that space.
Right.
And all of a sudden, when you got a cold as a young kid, your mom wrapped that scarf a little bit tighter around your neck, right? And bundled you up a little bit better. Or told you to go to bed and put a little bit of Vicks on your chest, right?
And gave me some of that medicine that tastes...
Yeah. It tastes like it should never have been given as medicine. Yeah. And you weathered through the sniffles. You weathered through the flu. You weathered through, I sprained my... We talked in... our show last hour, when we were talking about superheroes, I mentioned the fact that my brother threw me off the roof to see if my cape would work. I sprained my leg. I did not break it. I sprained my leg. Do you know the medical system we had back then? Here's what it was. My mom says, can you stand on it? Yeah. Well, then cry it off. Get back to playing.
Rub a little dirt on it.
Yeah, rub a little dirt on it, you're back. Okay? Now, if it was broken or something like that, she would have taken me in. But a single-payer system, everyone will end up abusing the system to the point where it will flood the system out.
What would have happened had she taken you in on a minor ailment?
Well, you see, guess what we had back then? My grandfather owned his own business up in Gaylord. He had probably the largest plumbing and heating firm in northern Michigan at the time. My father was part owner of that business. They had great insurance. We had insurance, but we knew not to abuse insurance.
I see what you mean. But I thought you were talking about after you went over in Canada.
No, in Canada? No, after I went to Canada, perfect example. Things that would sit there and brush off when we lived up in Gaylord. Yeah. All of a sudden, now that we have single-payer system that can't increase our rates, I was being taken for every little thing.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so everyone,
had to wait. It causes you to abuse the system.
Yeah.
We'll talk more when we get back after this break.
People are always on the move, driving to work, hauling the kids to practice. How do they keep up to date? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for intelligent conversation with hosts like Joe Pags, Glenn Beck, Tyrone X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business on Wham Talk 1600 and whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. In Norfolk, Virginia, President Trump at the commissioning ceremony for the aircraft carrier honoring our 38th president.
If he could see this ship today, President Gerald Ford would see his vision brought to life, and he would see his legacy of service being carried on.
The carrier still needs tests and may not be ready for deployment for another 4 years. Protests continue over the police shooting of an unarmed Australian woman in Minneapolis.
While the mayor was trying to address the media about the resignation of Police Chief Janae Hartel, those protesters interrupted her and demanded her resignation too.
We do not want you as the mayor of Minneapolis, and we're asking you to resign.
Now, the mayor left the room briefly as the protesters said that the city needs new leadership as well.
Maury Glover of Fox TV affiliate KMSP in Minneapolis. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Fireline sells guns fast and furious, but we're also a range and training center. Not only is our selection of firearms and equipment bigger, our everyday prices are always lower than those big box stores. Our sales staff is trained to sell and equip you with everything you need. Our ongoing firearms education has something for every level of gun owner, including 4 levels for beginners and 3 advanced classes.
Beginners will enjoy the first-time shooters class as well as the fundamental firearm safety and CPL classes. For advanced shooters, they offer a drawing and shooting class, tactical handgun, and tactical carbine classes. Firing Line Indoor Range and Gun Shop is located at 33,000 Ford Road in Westland.
I'm Don Haig, one of the owners of Firing Line Indoor Range and Gun Shop. We're retired police officers and law enforcement specialists. We know guns and can help you safely and effectively exercise your Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. And then have fun doing it. Come visit us at Firing Line today or visit firinglineguns.com.
Your bridge to recovery and wellness is WellBridge. WellBridge is redefining the rehabilitation and nursing care experience with the most amazing care facilities you've ever seen. All WellBridge locations offer a resort-like atmosphere, and their driving goal is to provide each guest with an epic experience. Here's former patient Chris Tangeman from Howell.
I had back surgery. I had to go there for like 3 or 4 weeks, and let me tell you, they were just superb. I'm in this industry. I'm an LPN, and I mean, they're just excellent. The aides, the nurses, everybody. I thought especially that their therapy department was just phenomenal, and I would absolutely recommend WellBridge.
For rehabilitation and nursing care, ask for something epic. Ask for WellBridge. In Brighton, Fenton, Novi, and Pinckney. Now looking for talented nurses and certified nurse assistants to join their growing team, WellBridge invites everyone to learn more about them at thewellbridgegroup.com. WellBridge, your bridge to recovery and wellness starts here.
It's been 5 years since we met Kelly Brighton, just before her weight loss surgery.
I was almost 300 pounds. Because of the Michigan Bariatric Institute, I've lost the weight. I now have the tools to keep it off. I'm a better mom, I am a better wife, and I'm just a better Kelly Brighton, I think.
Begin your journey. Try a free monthly educational seminar at St. Joe's Livingston. Visit stjoeshealth.org/MBI to learn more.
You're listening to The Drift on Wham Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, back to your host, Gary Wellings.
And we are back. Hey, folks, if you're looking for somewhere to go out to dinner this weekend, guys, you want to take your girlfriend, your wife out somewhere nice, have a good time, hey, check out Burroughs Roadhouse. They are located at 5311 Brighton Road in Brighton, Michigan. They have live music on Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, and Fridays. But if you go there on the weekend and you just want some great food, go to Burroughs Roadhouse. You will enjoy it. You can call 810-227-6000 if you want to make reservations.